What's going on? I'm back again, Kel James with the Young OG podcast. I got a real special guest, man. A real special guest, a mentor, somebody that I look up to, somebody that even before I met him, I admired him from afar. Just the things that he's done around the city, the people he worked with, and all of the artists that he's helped along the way. Man, we got an amazing artist next to me, man, Sinatras.
Yo, man. I appreciate those words. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Most definitely, man. I've learned a lot from you on my journey in the last probably 2 or 3 years. Just
Okay.
watching you maneuver around and the things you say, like how you carry yourself, like you carry yourself as a professional at all times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you never really let things get out of your character. You always stay Sinatras. You just stay you.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's the one thing you got to do is I'm big on brand. I'm big on brand and marketing. You know what I'm
Definitely,
saying?
yeah.
Like yeah, so I built my brand a certain type of way, so I do everything to protect that brand. You only as valuable as your brand is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Most
so.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I appreciate it. You don't fall into none of the gimmicks,
Yeah.
none of the folly.
Nah,
You just
man. For
you just
what?
pretty much,
Yeah,
you
for
know what I'm
what?
saying?
That come and go. You know what I'm saying? But when you solid and you build things on a solid foundation, then it's here for good. It's here forever. So I don't get into all that, man. For what?
Most definitely. So my first question, I want to start you off with a question that I start off all my guests with.
For sure. For sure.
Who is Sinatras? If somebody walked up to you and said, "Who are you?" What would your response be?
Um, it depends on the setting we was in, but depending most of the time, like, hey, I'm one of them ones, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a father,
Definitely.
I'm a business owner, I'm one of your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, I'm one of the nicest bar for bar on earth. Um, I'm a business owner, girl dad, and just all around great dude would be my like kind of, and then from there take it how you want to, depending on which branch off the tree you want to go down.
Definitely, definitely. Man, as far as your rap style, like
Yeah,
who inspired you to be you?
man. Well, I come up in the class and in the era of you had to actually rap to be a rapper. You know what
Definitely.
I'm saying? Like you had to be nice. You couldn't depend on the marketing dollars. You couldn't depend on the get like none of that. Like you couldn't
Yeah.
depend on the follow account. Wasn't no social media. None of that. You had to really be able to rap to be considered a rapper. And so
Yeah.
I'm inspired by the guys who really like the golden era. I'm inspired by the golden era.
Definitely.
Jay, of course, you know what I'm saying. Jay, like my number one. Jay, Big, Pac, Nas, Scarface, Cube, DMX, Fabulous, Wayne,
Yeah.
like those guys like was the guys I was listening to. Like, yo, I'm competing with them. Never in
Definitely.
my entire career, 15-year for real career, have I ever competed with like a Chicago artist or
Understood. Yeah.
anybody. Like I've always been like, I'm on them, I'm on their ass.
Yeah, definitely. I always so that's why I pretty much call myself like the young OG. Like when I first started,
Yeah,
it was still CDs when I first started. So
for
like
sure. For
me and
sure.
my homie Lavelle, we would press up CDs and we would go to River Oaks
Same.
and we would just sell CDs all day.
Same. Same. Anybody know me? That's probably what 60% of people who fell in love with me met me at. I was working out
Yeah.
the phone booth up there, and I was slinging phones like crazy. I was hustling. I was trapping
That's
out the
so
booth,
that's
and
crazy.
I was
Yeah.
passing out flyers and selling CDs all day
That's crazy.
in the
So
mall.
we kind of got a similar
Yeah.
come up story.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
I was a store manager at T-Mobile. That's
Okay.
how I was playing my music in the store on the
Got you.
loudspeaker.
Same. I'm
Yeah,
at
yeah.
U.S. Cellular. in in
Yeah,
the,
for
in the
sure.
kiosk though in the middle of the mall. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So while
yeah,
people walking around, I'm just passing. I'm printing up 5,000 flyers a week, running through them in the mall all day. I'm selling and giving out 100 CDs a day. Like my goal would be like to make $100. I'm taking donations till I get to $100. Once I get
yeah.
there, I'm giving the rest out for free.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? And that's how I started really building it, like a cult following, doing
Yeah.
that. You know.
I so my story kind of a little different. So I had worked at T-Mobile. I got hired for a store that never opened.
Man.
So they had me floating around. I'm going to Warrenville, Aurora, everywhere. I'm going everywhere.
Okay.
So my district manager, he was asking me how did I keep my numbers so consistent even though I'm moving from store to store. So what I used to do, I used to take the loudspeaker when it was hot out. I'd take the loudspeaker, I'd go outside, and I'd just rap in front of the store,
Dope.
and that's how I would get my sales.
Dope.
And then I started doing freestyles at the gig, which ultimately got me fired, but it's okay.
Yeah. Dang. Okay.
Yeah, I started doing freestyles at the gig, man.
They got down on you for being in the store on the clock.
It
in
wasn't
uniform.
even that. So they was cool with it, but what ended up happening, man, it was this lady that commented on one of the videos. One of my videos ended up going viral, and the lady commented on it, and she tagged T-Mobile corporate. And she was like, "Oh, this what y'all representation of?" I'm like, "Oh, man,
this what y'all brand is."
Yeah.
And so once it went over your people's heads, you was
yeah,
smoked.
it was like, it was pretty much over with from that.
I got you. Understood.
So, what was your beginnings like? Was you recording in the crib? Was you always going to a studio?
Yeah.
How did that go?
So for me, my very, very beginnings, like I was probably rapping for like maybe 3 or 4 years before I even got in the studio.
Okay.
Like I used to battle, and that should make
Yeah.
sense instantly for anybody who know how I get down and how I rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like hearing me
yeah.
say I started battling is not
Yeah.
far fetched at all. You know, I done had Smack, Beasley and them hit my phone and
Yeah.
everything. Shout out to Gracie and them was trying to get me to battle and get me on the undercard. But anyway, I started out like that, and I was used to football games. Had 10
Yeah.
heads off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like really, really going crazy. I didn't really start recording till like college, and I came home from college. I went away to college, and that kind of opened it up to like, yo, this bigger than just my
Yeah,
neighborhood or
definitely,
school.
yeah.
Now at
Once you
college,
start
I'm getting
networking,
people from
yeah.
all over the country that's reacting to this. I'm like, all right, this ain't a fluke. I think I got something.
Yeah, like you got something.
I
Yeah,
think
like
I got something here. So when I came back home from school, I was like, yo, it's time to start like mass producing this. I'm me just spitting, freestyling, and battling. Only the people that's there is really getting access to this. My
Yeah,
legacy and my
sure.
name is starting to grow and build, but I ain't getting no access like that to the masses. So that's when I finally started recording, man. And I was recording, you know how I go, man, in my homie crib, in his
Yeah.
mama house, in his little bedroom, in the closet, with a
Yeah.
coat hanger and a stocking as the pop screen. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like one of them situations. And we recording like that. Audio sounding trash. Ain't no
Oh,
mixing,
man.
mastering.
Nah,
ain't no
for
none
real.
of that. Like we just laying it down and we putting it out. And we rapping over industry beats. We don't even got no producers, no relationships with nobody.
I think
don't
that's how
even-
we all
Yeah,
started.
but yeah, I don't
I
know
think-
no producer.
I think
don't
that's
know
how we
nothing.
all
Yeah,
started.
we going
And
to
then-
grab instrumentals and spitting.
That's why it's so funny to me, like with the whole YouTube beat thing.
Yeah.
Cause like before I started making beats and before my cousin and them started making beats, like we was getting type beats in 09.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Facts. Been doing that.
We was getting type beats in 09. I ain't even
and,
go,
and I was doing it before that.
man.
You
And
know what I'm
then,
saying? We was getting them everywhere. Shit, you could go on LimeWire
you
and
feel
get a
me? Yeah,
type
get
beat,
you
know
some
what I'm saying?
instrumentals.
Like, yeah.
We used to get them. I had
By the way, we gonna keep doing what we doing, and I know this show, but this
sure.
our show today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What you be
All
on?
right.
Cause you be dissing the type beats and the
Nah,
artists
so
who you
look,
bro. I be
look.
reading all your studio stories. And when they come in there, I be paying attention, bro.
Nah,
when they
so
come
look.
in there with a type beat,
Nah, so the
be
thing with the
dissing
type
them.
beats, the only thing with the type beats, the only problem I don't have a problem with type beats because I be using type beats, but I buy the type beats. The only
Okay.
problem I have with them is like I hate when artists be rapping over soul beats.
okay.
Like it clearly say soul, bold as hell it say soul, and y'all still be
But I mean, thank Bryson Tiller for that. A whole lane was created where you can almost trap soul. You know what I'm saying? It's a genre that says rap over this Summer Walker beat.
yo, you,
Like,
you know what's
that's
so
a
crazy?
thing.
I was so glad you said that. I got a theory, man.
That
and my,
exists.
My theory, Bryson Tiller killed R&B. That's my theory, bro. With all that trap soul shit, that's what killed R&B, man. That's what killed it right there.
It wasn't there before that, or it wasn't on the life support before that.
Nah, because before then we still had Adorned by Miguel, and we still had shit that was like coming out and shit.
Man,
but
after that, we still got Leon Thomas, one of the greatest Tiny Deaths that
you know
just
what?
happened.
I put it to you like this: R&B ain't necessarily dead. You gotta go find it.
Yeah, for sure.
It ain't dead. You just gotta go find
For
it.
sure, for
I
sure.
put it to you like that.
It ain't as the mainstream. It ain't the genre powerhouse that it was coming with the charts.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get. I
But then
understand.
again, like, do the charts even really matter these
Man,
days?
hell no, charts ain't real.
Right? Like, I mean, I don't
Charts
know.
ain't real. None of this shit real for real.
I mean, think about it. Like,
my
I didn't.
language is okay, right? I don't
Yeah,
wanna,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
cool. I don't want to get you.
But I'm saying, like, I done seen.
Demonetized.
Nah, you good. But I done seen like, I done seen songs go #1, and it's like, bro, I ain't never heard a person play this.
Yeah, they got. You
Like,
got
I ain't never heard this play
got the
nowhere other than
machine,
they
yeah.
probably dance to it on TikTok, but I ain't never heard nobody.
Yeah, you got
play
the
this for
machine.
real.
You got the machine behind it. You got the bundle package behind it. You know what I'm saying? The label and the proper.
I'm glad
people
Billboard.
behind it.
I'm kind of glad Billboard stopped letting that fly too.
Man, they didn't stop it. They just restructured it. They still doing it right now.
I mean, it's cool.
Travis
but the only
Scott
thing,
just got it off again. He got to be the biggest culprit.
But it's
ever.
cool though. At least with Travis Scott, like he doing that shit ahead of time. Like I be hating when, like the artists will have it. They had a regular album coming out,
Yeah.
and then they see the sales projection, and they like, oh shit, I really got something. Let's throw a
Right.
bundle. Like
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
nah.
Let's
That's
throw
when
a
it's like,
bundle.
hey yo, nah.
They start already announcing the deluxe. How you still
Yeah,
in
like,
first
come
week
on,
promo
gang.
and announcing
Like,
the deluxe? You know
Deluxe
what I'm
coming in
saying?
2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
nigga, what? Like,
Yeah, or try to pull a DJ Khaled where your product and your bundle don't relate to the music and the
Yeah,
art. You
yeah.
can't sell me a DJ Khaled album and be like, but we partner with this energy drink brand. You go buy this energy drink and you get a free download copy of it. Come on, man.
like, bro, I ain't.
Like,
yeah, like,
I salute you for
man,
having brand
ain't-
deals and all of that, but come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, at least make it correlate
Yeah, make it make
properly
sense,
with
man.
the music, yeah.
So another thing that I find interesting about you and your career, man, you done pretty much work with everybody, but not just the up and comers, but you done work with some legends, man. You got songs with Twista,
Yeah.
Shauna Love You.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it ain't Crucial Conflict. No, everybody show love to Sinatra's. Like what is that? How did that come about? Like how did you build that relationship with these people?
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really have a relationship with a lot of people at first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Shot Blizz,
Shout out to
first
Shot
person to
Blizz.
play me on radio.
Same here, yep.
Bo Deal and Shauna was like the first big dogs to like really salute me, really, you know what I'm saying? Go like publicly on record and like say, yo, he one of them ones. He really like that. We rock with him. And
Yeah, for
Shauna
sure.
embraced me like that. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But like I didn't really get a lot of OG support on my journey until I became Sinatra's. Once I became Sinatra's, like I had to leave, go on tour, travel the country for 6 and 7 hours, write some songs for some industry people, have 7 record deal offers on the table, be sitting with Mike Karen, be sitting with these people, like build relationships. And then once I came back home off these tours after they done seen Joel Ortiz, and I'm on the Human tour with Joel Ortiz, and he posted me on his page. I'm on Top 5 Dead or Alive tour doing a couple shows with Jadakiss on his
But it's
tour. They
like-
see that now.
And that's one
We
thing.
knew you was gonna be him. Nah,
And that's
nigga,
one
y'all
thing I
ain't
wanna
ride
talk
with me
about.
like that.
And that's one thing I really want to talk about. I like how you explained that, and I feel like
I'ma
that's
keep it a
one
buck.
thing. That's one thing about the city that I don't really like. Like the city don't really fuck with you until everybody else fuck with you. But
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
real.
like that everywhere in every artist's hometown. But
Yeah, it's like that everywhere, but not completely. Chicago, like
Chicago a different breed, bro.
by
Like
statistics and literal, like tangible reports that you could see, Chicago is deemed as an outside consumer market.
Bro, I literally was just
You
talking
know what
to
I'm saying? Like, that's a
I was
real
just
thing.
I was just talking about this shit. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, we have had legends in the city that won't sell out shows, right? But let a legend from New Orleans, like let Master P or one of them, somebody from out of town come,
Yeah.
everybody want to spend their fucking money, and it's like, yo,
yeah. I mean,
like,
let me
or
play
just
devil's
like-
advocate though.
all right.
You ain't never seen Master P in Ford City Mall. You
That's-
ain't never been riding
And that's
down.
what be blowing me,
That's
bro.
the
Like
point,
that's the
though.
thing. Like I feel it, but
That's
at the
why they'll
same
go
time-
spend that bread. I done seen
Nah,
such
I
and such
feel
on
it.
79th 87 times. My homie rap, and we
But
ended
that
up at
don't
his
make-
crib before. So I'm not as starstruck to them versus Master P when I see
feel
him
it.
make them say, it hit different because I ain't had exposure. Too much exposure is dulling. It dulls your brand down. That's why they say you got to keep a level of mystique
to you,
a level, you know what I'm saying, of separation, separate and not equal to you, because once they get comfortable and used to you like that, it tarnishes.
They were like, man, I see this
You
nigga
know
all
what I'm
the
saying?
time.
Yeah.
I mean,
why
I
would I
feel
go
it.
pay $75? I see
When
these
I can
niggas
go
all
see
the
him.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
man. I see these niggas.
I
Them
get
motherfuckers
that.
just was at Mr. G's on 87 the other day kicking it, man. My auntie be cracking. Ooh, I ain't. I went to my cousin crib. They was over there shooting dice with my big homies. I ain't thinking
It be
about
a
them
lot
niggas
of
like
that,
that.
too.
That's what it be.
But, I
But
mean,
also, more than anything, though, we are outside consumer city. We reach outward. So I agree with everything you saying. A person can be on fire, a pure 9 on the scale of 1 to 10, hot. And here we gonna treat them like a 6. When an 8
But
from
when he go
somewhere
out of town,
else come here, we gonna treat them like a 10.
Crazy.
That's
to me, man.
that's just what it is. So you can't. For me, the way I've been able to survive and thrive in this shit, the way I've been able to continue to rebrand myself and stay effective and efficient and monetize myself and win in this game is that I live simply by one principle. It ain't nobody's job to rock with me. It ain't nobody's job to support me. It ain't nobody's job to do nothing for me. It's my job to force their hand. And if they not
Facts.
fucking
And
with
if
me,
everybody
that mean
understood-
I didn't force their hand. I put everything on my own shoulders. Everybody, that's one of the biggest problems, man. Everybody
If
always
everybody
blaming
understood-
other motherfuckers.
Bro, if everybody understood
They
that
don't be
shit,
fucking with me like that.
Just
No,
like-
nigga, you ain't making them fuck with you like that. Step your music up, step your beats up, step your mixing and mastering up. Spend some fucking money. Spend some
and
money.
a lot of people, and then on top of that, I'm glad you spoke on that a little bit because that
Yeah.
leads to my next point. A lot of people don't want to pay dues either.
Yeah.
And the whole point of paying dues, like for example, everybody get on me about like, man, like how did you get to this point with engineering and woo woo? Like, Will tell you, I did my first month here. I worked with no pay,
Yeah.
no
That's
pay.
100. That's solid.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I did a month here with no pay. Everybody was looking at me crazy.
Yeah.
When I worked out west, I'm literally taking free sessions just to get my feet wet and see.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Just paying
Yeah.
dues into.
Yeah.
And then now everybody like, man, it's so hard to book you. And it's like, I did my 1,000
It
hours.
should be, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I did my 1,000 hours.
For real, you gotta pay. You gotta put that into the game. Like you literally only get out what you put in. Ain't no way, ain't no shortcuts around that. I hate the whole, man, why don't you support your homie like you support woo woo?
Your homie still got to work like so and so did
Yeah,
too.
your homie, that person spending $50,000 on their marketing budget. I see
My
them in a
point.
different type of
Right,
light.
like-
They in my face in a different type of way than my homie is. What about this? What about something simple as damn? Yes, that's my homie, and I love my homie, but maybe I'm actually not a part of my homie's core target audience. Maybe I'm not a part of
Damn,
his
yeah.
demographic. You ever thought about that?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Just because that's
definitely
my
cooking
homie don't mean I gotta like what he do.
I'm definitely.
I
giving
could be
this
like,
one.
yo,
That's
I support you. Keep going, my boy. But I don't want to come to none of them weak ass shows. I don't listen to the music that you make. But words of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I still buy a
That's
ticket if I
crazy.
don't come, maybe, but I ain't got to come. I could just not be a part of your audience. Like boy, it's so much entitlement that we have as
Okay.
artists that the shit is almost sad. Don't nobody owe you shit. Get out
No,
here, lace them
get-
fucking
yeah.
boots up and get to work. Get
Get
that
to
shit
it.
out in the mud. It's fucking 8 million people in Chicago. You worried about what your baby mama and 3 of the guys think. Fuck all of them. Go get these people that exist out here in this world. Like, I don't understand it.
Nah, for real. Okay, I'm glad you said that because
Yeah.
I struggled with that for a minute too. Like, damn, my cousin, the family don't support.
Yeah,
Like, that was the one thing that I always struggle with because I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
my cousins don't never share my shit, but they share they weak ass homie shit.
Yeah.
But then I had to think about it. I'm like, I don't even make the type of music
You a
these niggas
rapper's
listen
rapper,
to.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. You ain't on you ain't got no ops. You ain't talking about
That's what I'm saying.
shoot 'em up. You ain't.
I don't even make the type of music them niggas listen
Correct.
to.
That's all.
That's
it
why
is.
it's like, yo, like,
Yeah, so that's just because that's my cousin don't mean he gotta automatically get in line and be at every show and be
Yeah.
my core fan. No, I got motherfucking.
And that's
I
a
got
hard
5
truth.
brothers, and my 5 brothers collectively probably been to 20 of my 1,000. When I say I've had thousands of shows, it's not exaggeration. I probably
oh, yeah, I
had
know.
2,000. I'm between give or take a couple. Between 2,000 and 2,200 shows, somewhere in that range of shows in my career.
Cause I'm saying, shit, you can't drive down
My brother's
130th without seeing the billboard.
Yeah,
but
for
you want
sure.
it. Like,
I got some shit running right now.
I know.
But,
That's why I said.
Yeah.
That's why
My
I
brothers
said
though.
that.
My brothers probably only been to 50 of my shows out of 2,000.
Man,
I
that's
ain't
why
mad.
said that.
I
I'm
just
like,
did.
yo.
I just did a show, $100 tickets just to go see me. I sold 150 tickets.
Damn.
One of my brothers was there. One of my blood brothers was there. Think I give a fuck because they wasn't, the other brothers wasn't there, or this little bitch wasn't there. I'm like, so I don't care about none of that shit. There's people in this world that if you
love you
build it, they'll
genuinely.
come, man. And you just gotta build it properly so they come. And if you don't do that, shut the fuck up and keep working. Ain't nothing given to nobody. And even if it is given, the shit don't last long. So how you want
Yeah,
it? You know what I'm
true.
saying? You want to give it to you so you could be hot for 6 months and then fade away?
then
Or you want to get it out the mud and then build you a 5 to 10 year situation in this shit?
But I don't know though. Like the way you just explained that, I used to feel that way too.
Yeah.
But you know Troy Ave, right?
Yeah.
Troy Ave said it best. She said, "Shit, one good song is worth 1,000 tours."
No, depending.
I mean, shit, like
depending
Yeah,
on the
like, shit.
paperwork and the business. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I
Depending
mean,
on
shit.
the
Look
behind
at
the scenes.
Jaquan. That nigga came out with Tessie when we was kids. Shit.
But we don't
20
know.
some odd years later.
We don't know how well he's monetizing off of that either, though. What if
That's
Jaquan
true,
don't own
too.
none of that record? Forget
Damn, man.
fuck the going viral on IG. What if he don't own none of the publishing? And he don't own the masters to that record. Then he just
Tough.
getting some appearance and some show money
Tough.
for a couple of weeks. And now, nigga, he was at the awards. He did a couple club
at the
appearances.
Grammys,
He
the
did,
AMAs,
and now
yeah.
we ain't seen him since. He had a hot little 6-month comeback. He probably, if he ain't owned none of that, he might have ran up another $100,000 real quick. But the niggas who own that record probably made another 5 to 10 million.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. You,
You know what I'm saying? That's how I be looking at shit. I don't,
you right though.
I
That's,
don't-
the industry wicked, man.
Yeah. That's how I be looking at shit. I'm always looking at it from the business side and the other scope. You know what I mean? Like,
And speaking of the business side, you mentioned earlier you had label deals on the table.
yeah, for sure.
What-
Multiple.
I don't doubt that at all. Now, what I will ask is, what continues you to be independent if you've had so many opportunities to really be with that machine? Like,
Yeah.
what is it about being independent that you like over being with the machine?
Yeah, so I didn't really know the business like that. I just loved music. And so, boom, I get in position to get these deal offers. I get 2 offers from Universal. I get 2, man. Go Grizz, still my homie to this day. I was with Grizz before
Bro.
Grizz was Grizz.
What's so crazy?
He produced 3 of my records.
Grizz probably don't even remember me, man. It's this
Yeah.
one. We was in the studio one time. The snippet's still on his IG. It's a beat. It's so cold.
Yeah,
But he never gave it to nobody.
yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, so I had them situations like that, and I go couple deal. I was with them, Winner Circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had some shit on the table. We made a bunch of records. We was gonna do like a writing / producing thing where we go and pitch these records to this label and eat. Atlantic offered me 2 deals, Interscope, everybody. You know what I mean? But the deals was trash. And that's when I started learning the business. Like, what you're not going to do is own 100% of my masters and 70 to 80% of the publishing.
Dog.
Like, for people that don't know what that means, like, you own the master recordings and you own the publishing. Publishing is how you monetize music. You know what I mean? Like a song
Yeah.
damn that has two sides to it. It got like the composition, which is like creating it makes a composition, recording it then makes the recording. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
recording is how you can monetize it, publishing with it. And they gonna own, that means they own 70-80% of your proceeds.
And that's what's
And
so
the master
crazy.
recording, you own my image and likeness.
And that's
You
what's
own
crazy.
my name. My government name is Sinatras. You mean to tell me that after this deal, I potentially can't
can't
be
even use
Sinatras no more? Y'all own my image and likeness and all perpetuity in the universe and beyond. Y'all got me fucked up.
Nah, but that's
What?
true though. That's why
What?
my rap name wasn't always Kel James.
Yeah.
I had to change it to Kel James because I was in a shitty deal.
Yeah.
I signed a very shitty deal when I was like 16.
Yeah. I wasn't going.
Yeah. And
So yeah, no.
I had to change my name to release music again.
Yeah,
Like,
so I didn't want to be victim to that. So I had the deal offers on the table. Y'all offering me $50,000. Man, I got $50,000 right now. That ain't impressive to me. Y'all gotta change my life.
That's another thing too that artists miss with these deals. Like
Yeah.
I've had situations where 2 years ago, Capital came to the table. Capital said, "Yo, we'll give you $150,000, but we want all your publishing." Fuck no. And everybody was looking like, $150,000? You finna turn down $150,000? Ain't nobody around you seen $150,000. I'm like, that's not the point. Like, all right, cool. I brought through this $150,000. You know how long it's gonna be before I see another $150,000 with them owning 100% of my publishing?
Correct. They gotta
Y'all
recoup.
niggas is crazy.
They gotta recoup. Like it's so shady, bro. Like y'all own that. Y'all give me this bread first. Y'all gotta recoup first. Then
Before you
after-
even see a dime, G.
Yeah, y'all
And
gotta
then depending
recoup.
on how that shit is structured, do you even get points? How many points on the record do you get?
Correct.
That, bro.
Then they get
this shit
they
predatory
points.
lending.
Yeah, they get all they points and shit first too. So if you getting 10 cents on the dollar, they
Predatory
take all
lending.
they 90 cents first, and they
Predatory
make up
lending.
whatever they percent was. They gave your ass 100,000. You got to get them fucking 750,000 back. They gonna pay themselves the 750,000 back they get off that 100,000. Plus, then now once the dollar come in, they gonna be like, all right, 90 cent odds. Here go your 10. 90 cent odds. But it's been a year and a half, 2 years now, and guess what they do? They give you another $500,000 or something.
And then
And
another
now you just looped in this cycle of owing them bread. That's why niggas be signed and had 3 albums out and be like, I never got a check from my
that's
label.
why, and it's so crazy to me. Like
crazy.
just like with TLC, TLC one of the highest selling female
Yeah.
groups of all time, and they was broke.
They
But
got
that, like,
dead crazy.
But that's how shit be in this industry, man. This shit is really predatory lending, man.
Yeah, so it is.
Like,
It is.
it's
And it's the
predatory
only industry
lending.
that it would be allowed in. You know what I mean? Any other industry, it wouldn't even be allowed in.
And then on
But,
top of that, you still got, and then on top of recoupment, like the label will tell you, all right, yeah, you did make that 150 back, but guess what? We paid for these music videos, we paid for this photo shoot,
Correct.
We paid for these rentals.
What you think
we
them,
paid like
the
that shit
jets,
is
the
nuts.
private jets you was
Ain't
taking,
none
what
of
you
this
thought
shit
that
free,
was?
cuz.
Guess what?
They not doing it because they love you.
You gonna wear $20,000 worth of clothes, and then they gonna tell you, oh, they gonna charge
the
you
wardrobe
$50K,
budget.
$50K out your wardrobe budget.
Crazy.
Nigga, I
These
want
niggas
my
is
own
crazy.
clothes. My homie and them shot this. How this 100,000 eat up out my
These niggas
budget?
is crazy.
Yeah,
Predatory
so-
lending.
But yeah, so that happened, and I had a bunch of shitty ass deals, bro. And I remember I was in LA, and I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard. I was staying at the Lowe's Hotel. I had 2 label meetings that day, and I had 2 more the next day. And I remember just like crying, bro. I just started crying. I ain't even a nigga that cry like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I just crying. I felt heavy. I didn't feel right, Joe. I just started crying, and I just wanted to go home. I just wanted to hug my
Nah,
daughter,
for
and I
real.
wanted my mom. I just remember
Nah,
I'll
for
never
real.
forget
I
that
got-
feeling. I never felt
got
no
a story
shit
like that, too.
in my life. It just didn't feel right, man. I was in the motherfucking Hollywood Hills. I've been in them parties and shit, and I ain't seen nothing over crazy, but I see how everything lead up to everything
Bro,
that
you
they
don't
talk
even-
about in the industry. Like
What's so crazy is,
I was
bro,
like,
you
fuck this shit. I'm going home.
You don't even understand like how crazy shit is until you go out of town. Like
Yeah.
when I was in, like, I've been to LA, so coke is normal as hell. Them people be weird as hell in LA, bro.
Facts,
like
facts.
I ain't gonna lie,
Walking
them LA
around,
people weird as hell.
Whole 8-ball on their motherfucking face. Like,
Bro,
damn.
talking to you, having a full blown conversation, like, bro, wipe your shit off.
Offering
like,
the shit to you and everything.
But I had similar stories like that too, man. Like like with me, I think the hardest thing for me was like the transition because I started so young. I started off as a teenage act.
Okay.
And the hardest thing was like, and I still be dealing with it to this day, but like it was very hard to transition from making teen rap to adult rap.
Makes sense.
That was very hard for me to do. I really didn't get it right till I was about 25.
Okay.
So imagine you going from 17 to 25 and you get depressed because you in limbo. And it's like, bro, when I was a teenager, I had all of these record labels on it. Everybody wanted a piece of me.
Right.
And then as soon as I get grown, it's like, I can't make shit to save my life.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally in limbo trying, figuring it out.
Yeah.
That's why I said I didn't really get it until I was like 25. But that was like one of the hardest things that I had to endure.
Got you.
Because you and then on top of that, like not only with that, you still got to deal with your family talking to you crazy because it's like you imagine growing up and you have a talent that could possibly change and better the lives of everyone around you.
Yeah.
And it's not happening as fast as they
wanted to.
Imagine like
they
this.
Wanted to.
Yeah, like because the thing is, like I'm not the only one in my family that did music. Like a lot of people in my family did music and came close.
Dope.
Like really came close. Remember Desert Storm?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like my cousin was gonna get signed to Desert Storm. Like,
okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like people in my family, we done came close.
Yeah, dope.
So it's like, like just to have that, it get kind of eerie.
I get you.
It get kind of eerie though.
Yeah. So once I seen how that industry shit work, I was like, yo, I would rather be independent because I like full creative control. Like for me, the way I view it is you only get one shot in this industry to be like a star or a superstar. You get one shot.
Yeah.
And no matter how that shot go, whether it's your fault or not, just say you shoot up to A level and then for whatever reason, even if it's out of your control, you come back down to a C level, D level now. Mm-hmm. The fans ain't looking at it like, well, we giving him a pass because he was in the shitty deal. The label wouldn't let him put nothing out. Okay. So we justifying them 2 years. And when he put something out, we going to treat it just like, ain't nobody doing that. And they looking at it like, oh, it's been 6 months, he ain't dropped shit. This nigga fell off. We on to the next. And then they don't fuck with you no more. So I didn't want that. I was like, no, I would rather control. If I'm a fail, if I'm a flop, if I'm a fall short, if I'm not going to be able to eat, if I'm not, I'd rather control that destiny myself. I always had a fucking problem with authority anyway. So you mean to tell me I've been working on this project for a year?
And I
come turn this bitch in and y'all say, no, this ain't what we thought was best for you. Go back to the drawing board. Man, you got me fucked up. Man, like I'm not going. You know what I mean? Like, so I was just like, no, I'd rather control my own destiny, my own look, my image, my timing, the when I drop, how I drop, what it sounds like, what it looks like, how I move. And I understand it's going to take a lot more work. It's going to take a lot more out-of-pocket bread. It's going to have a lot more losses. The journey going to be a lot longer. But I would rather do it that way than sign one of these deals. And then I feel like it's so many niggas we laugh at that, oh, he fell off. And we don't look at the behind. We know because we really study this shit. We be knowing what happened and why his situation was like that, but the fans don't give a fuck. So let me ruin my own one shot instead of letting, you know what I'm saying, them white people do it for me.
That's why it's so crazy to me. Like, so there's 3 people that I look at as far as like how to maneuver career wise. You is one of them.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Ty Money is another.
I love what Ty do.
And Easy O'Hare is a third.
Yeah, of course, that's my brother.
I always look at y'all 3 as like, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Like on some really get it out the mud and grind it, especially you and Ty.
Yeah.
you know, I'm kind of new to the Easy O'Hare wave.
Okay.
I kind of got to that like last year,
Right.
but I seen you and Ty the most.
Yeah, for sure.
And like
Ty
with
Dog,
yeah,
too,
like that's
Ty
what I'm
Money.
saying. Like
Free
Ty,
that man. Free Ty
free
Money,
Ty.
man. For
but
sure.
it's so crazy because like, bro, I literally was just talking to I had a client like a couple nights ago, and they was knocking out like, I guess Ty had sent them some open verses.
Okay.
But we literally just strolled down memory lane and we was just talking about like how like Ty been cold for a long ass time.
A long
He
time.
been cold for a long ass
10, 15
time.
years.
Yeah, like that.
15 years. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
boy been cold for a
sure, he
long
been cold.
time.
And then what people don't know, he come from a family tree of dogs. You know what I'm saying? Rory,
Yeah.
his cousin, a dog. His cousin is my class in my era. His cousin, blood cousin, is one of the best rappers ever from Chicago, Marvo.
Oh,
Marvo, Will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
lying?
Big
Marvo,
dog.
one
Yeah,
of the
some
hardest
dogs, yeah.
niggas from the city ever.
Some
That's
dogs.
Ty Money blood cousin.
But
Like
that's what I'm saying,
they come
like-
from a family tree of real killers, real dogs. So I fuck with Ty
that-
Money,
and that's what
I love how they move too, man. Shout out to Vo, man. What up,
And I
Vo?
think, and I appreciate the way y'all grind because it's like Chicago is really like a. And when I had Bria Banks up here, I told her the same thing. Like Chicago is a really, this is a great city.
No, for sure.
Like a street oriented artist with like this is where you thrive.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a Herb, LEP Bogus Boys, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
King Samson and them, like.
Man, they
Because
had
like
it.
that's what I grew up on.
Yeah,
So I grew up
Samson
on
had it too.
I grew up on Twisted Do or
Chief.
Die.
What up, Chief? Man,
Yeah, like I grew up
Bump
Bump.
J.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Chief.
I grew up on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like just to see like the way niggas can really get it out the mud here is so inspiring to me. I don't really know another city where they artists can get it how we get it, if that makes sense. Other than Detroit.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But
That's exactly what I was going to say. Detroit is about, and
other than
I've
Detroit.
spent it in these cities. I've been on tour with Jack Daniels where I've been in 7 to 8 different major cities for 3 to 4 months at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I can really speak to it. I've been in the trenches, man. One of my dogs before he got on, one of my dogs, I used to go to the stool with him, used to kick it in LA with him, Reason. Reason was one of my
Wow.
dogs. He came to the Jacket for
Yeah.
Beats to the Jack Daniels shit and didn't even win, didn't even place. You know what I'm
It be
saying?
a lot of that too. Like
and that
when
was
you-
my guy. We linked through that and got cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I rocked with Reason while I was in LA. But you know, he ended up being TDE and ended up,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like getting a good position in the industry. So
That's
I can
another-
speak
yeah.
to this shit for real because I've been outside in multiple cities for real, like touring and
Yeah.
selling records. I got fans. I can go do a show in Arizona right now. I can go do a show in St. Louis right now. I had 20, 30 people at that show to see me, and people can't even get 20 people to pay and come see them here in their own city. I can say that. I'm extremely qualified if y'all don't know.
And that's why the grind is so important. Like, and we was talking off camera. We was talking about overnight successes and how overnight successes don't exist.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
a lot of the people like Fabio Foreign. We was talking about Fabio Foreign. He 34.
Yeah.
Or like
Grinding for a long time before that.
That's what I'm saying,
That big
like-
breakout happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these artists that we think popped overnight, like Rod Wave. Like if you look at Rod Wave discography, Rod Wave been putting shit out since probably 2013, 2014.
Yeah, I feel
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
I feel like we are truly though in the time of overnight celebrity though.
But
Like
even then, it's
today
still-
we are like we really a shorty right now that's 16 can make up his mind. Yo, I really want to rap, and he can go pull up a young boy type beat. He can book you. He ain't even got to book you. He can record that shit at the crib. And shoot the video that night. Had 20 of the guys come to the crib, and they all point FNs at the camera, and they shoot the video that night. They drop it the next day. All day the video up with 200 views. They go to sleep
you
and
wanna
wake
know-
up the following day, and that motherfucker got 750,000 views. It then went viral because one of these streamers then was like, yo, I just found this video. They reviewed it, and now it went up. And that was Monday they
Right.
shot it. That was Wednesday. By Thursday, they getting labels calling them, offering them $1 million deals. Like, we in the
But you
age
wanna
that
know-
happens now.
But you want to know why that is?
Yeah.
It leads all back to the crib. It leads back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Keith revolutionized the music video.
No, that's for sure.
Like, damn near
That's for
everything
sure.
that we see in the hip hop industry
Yeah.
leads back to
Yeah.
the crib.
Unpopular opinion, man. People don't like to say this because people don't comprehend information properly. But Chief Keef is undoubtedly like a top 10 most influential
Ever.
rapper of all time.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know
Like,
that, bro,
and
like,
motherfuckers get on
hold
my ass when I say
want y'all
that.
to understand. Me, I'm the same age as Keith and Herb. I want y'all to understand how, imagine going to school and the Cali niggas was doing the jerking shit, and the jerking shit took over by storm.
For sure.
You got all Keith and all of these niggas that y'all fear got mohawks and Aeropostale and all this shit. And then one day, they just come up with drill. I promise you, it changed overnight. We went
Shifted.
from mohawks to dreads, True Religion, Arab. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole aesthetic of Chicago
Yeah,
changed.
30s
I want
existed,
y'all to-
but 30s wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
30s
I want y'all to
wasn't like
understand. Like,
That. Yeah, they created YNs, bro.
bro, like even back in the day, like as far as guns go, like you can have you a little,
That's
little,
what I'm
little
saying.
revolver, little
Having
Smith
a
and Wesson,
30
it'd be
wasn't
cool.
like, what?
You would be alright, but yeah, like all of these guns that's like the
Yeah.
YN standard,
Army
them
guns
shits
and
was-
shit, that
bro.
shit
Like we
wasn't
was looking
every
at
day.
them when we was shorties. We was looking at them like, how the fuck
Yo,
you get
what?
that?
Yeah,
Like,
what?
nah, it's just the aesthetic shit.
Motherfucker
You
got
damn
100
near-
round
you hop
drum
off
on
the
a
porch, right? You
Caltech,
hop
like,
off the
nigga,
porch
what?
with a 30 shit.
Yeah,
nigga,
that's
like,
light work. Yeah,
yeah, like that shit is crazy. But like,
No, for real.
but Chief Keef in the city of Chicago, man, like very influential. Even as far as slang, like everybody say thoughts, like
Yeah.
everybody, you know what I'm saying? like
Yeah.
just the slang and how we talk,
Nigga,
like
the
everybody
bang,
pretty
bang,
much be.
ad-lib.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like all
The
that shit go
videos,
back.
the videos, honey niggas jumping around, dancing in
All
the
that
video.
shit
Niggas weren't
goes-
doing videos that look like that before.
All that shit leads back to the crib.
The 2-minute, 2.5-minute song. Niggas wasn't doing that until drill songs came out and started being 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
You know what? I actually
long
got a
and shit.
theory.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Yeah. So that's one theory I have. Another theory is I feel like the baby popularized that too.
Yeah, for sure.
The 2-minute song.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
during like pandemic and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had to. He I don't think his music would have survived or not survived, but thrived in the way it did if it was 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes of that record. No, you got to, the way Baby making records, you got to get in,
Get in,
and
get out. Yeah,
you
like,
know what I'm
get in,
saying?
get out.
Like, yeah, it ain't. No, we don't need 2 of them 16s on one of them. The Baby records is absolutely ridiculous. No, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Get the So
I got a question for you. So, during your journey,
yeah.
what is the hardest moment that you've had on your musical journey?
I'll say the hardest moment was, the hardest moments have been, well, 2. One has been at the same time how easy it was to pass up them deals and shit.
Yeah.
That was also hard too, because then you start looking back in hindsight and be like, yo, should I have done it? Everybody damn near got fucked their first deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
damn
like a-
near
they say it's like a rite
80%,
of passage type
90% of niggas' first deal, they got fucked, but some of them was able to fight through, maintain, you know what I'm saying, a career out of it. So looking back at some of them moments, like, damn, should I have took this deal, let my following blow up to 3-4 million, learned who was running, built a relationship with the head of marketing, with the
That's
head of
what I would've
radio,
did,
with the
yeah.
head of woo woo, and then fought to get out this deal in a year, maybe bought myself out, went on strike and didn't drop music and had motherfuckers leaking my shit some kind of way until they finally just dropped me, and now I'm in a position where I'm dropped and I got 5 million followers and I know the who's who, I know the behind the scenes damn, I might should have did that.
And you could have kept.
You know what I'm saying?
So built the relationship with them people.
Yeah.
Even if they would have dropped you, you could have kept.
I still could.
rolling.
Yeah, correct.
You
So
kept
that was one of the things I always sometimes have a what if thought. Like, damn, what if I would have? Man, maybe I should have, and maybe I tweaked a little. You know, that's hard. And then also, I'm only human, so I understand thoroughly that everything that's meant for me is coming to me. Everything that's not is not in the cards for me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes rejection is protection.
Protection, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, but at the same time, like, sometimes seeing motherfuckers go, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes seeing motherfuckers get out of here, or a record go crazy, or a nigga out of nowhere go crazy, sometimes I be like, what the fuck, man? Like, when the fuck is it my turn?
Or it'd be those situations where, like, you will go out, you go do a show. It's a showcase. You ain't even performing. You just going to go see somebody. And then one of the people you see in this showcase end up being the biggest shit in music next year.
Yeah.
It be shit like that, too. I done had moments like that, too.
What the fuck? I be like, yo, like I ain't like I'll say a moment. I'll be transparent. It was a moment where I'm just like, yo, like, me and the circle of niggas that I be around and niggas that I love, like, we been rapping. We been bar for bar punching shit to death. We been bars really living this shit and been really like that in real life. Like, and then, like, this Griselda shit came by storm, and I was just like, yo,
that could have
what
been
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yo, how we get skipped if this, you know what I'm saying? Like, so every once in a while, I had just those moments of damn, like, what the fuck? When is my time? But also, I'm grateful to say a lot of niggas that's in my age group, it's over with. It's over with for them. It's over with. Either they had their time, they went to as high as they was gonna go, and then they came back down, and now you can never get those heights back again, or either it's just 0% not in the cards for them. For me, I've been a nigga that's been able to be hot for 13, 14 summers straight without taking no time off, without getting ice cold, without looking like what the fuck is he doing, without having no flaw to my craft and to my brand, but also still having my peak ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense, but like, it's certain people that, like, they blew. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain artists, they came out the gate and they had a crazy big record. Or they grinded for 5 years and then they had one of them ones. It went national, they got a record deal, it popped, and then after that shit, that record in that moment died down, that shit died down, and now they still continue to do music, but they not as relevant. People don't look at them and hold them in the same regard that they used to, because you look at them like almost like they washed.
Like the has
They
been,
washed.
yeah.
So even though we still fuck with them like, oh, that's just such and such doing their thing, and we fuck with it, but we don't never look at them as like our potential superstar. I still got my peak ahead of me because I never had one of those moments. And I've slowly been building and climbing and going up. Even when I plateaued a little bit, I never went backwards. So therefore, that's one thing I'm extremely grateful for, that niggas don't look at me like I'm in the way, I'm a has-been, or I peaked and now I'm just a nigga that's doing this, or I'm a legacy act and I'm performing records from 10 years ago still today. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm a nigga that's looked at like any moment this nigga could be one of them ones.
And that's one thing I struggle with heavily. Like, I had a conversation with a few of my homies.
Yeah.
And they was like, the way I approach marketing my engineering side, why don't I do that to my artist side? Right. And I be kind of conflicted because it's like, to be honest with you, it's easier to market the engineering side because everybody needs to record a record. Everybody doesn't want to hear a record.
No, you just you crippling yourself. You making an excuse, bro.
But
you
look,
just made an excuse. You know how many cameras in this room?
But look, I put it to you like this.
You just made an excuse. It's easier because every need to record a record.
But
everybody needs your services.
But everybody
guess what? It's just as equal. Because everybody need the soundtrack of their life. Music is the soundtrack of life, the soundtrack to the world. Everybody needs that music. When females get dressed to go to the club, they got a playlist playing in the house when they getting ready. When they get in the car on the way to the club, they got another playlist or a set of music. When they in that bitch, they shake ass to certain music. And when they leave with a nigga and they go home and getting cracked, they got a playlist of music for that night too. You mean to tell, like, it's unlimited amount of music that's necessary and needed in this world to make it spin. Stop fucking making excuses, man. It ain't easier. That shit is equal. It's just maybe foreign to you. You don't know how to do it as well as you do the engineering shit. Say that.
Yeah, okay.
Say that.
I'll go with that. Like,
yeah.
So, like, another thing, too, like, Lamar Creation, right?
Yeah.
When we was at the 312 Awards, he said something to me that stuck out. And he said, usually when people say they're going to Evian, 9 times out of 10, they mean you.
They think you.
And that stuck with me since that night. And the reason why that stuck with me is because I literally did that on purpose. Like, if you look at how I promote myself and market myself, I marketed myself as if I'm already a celebrity.
No, for sure.
That's how I'm able to bring celebrity clientele, because of the illusion of me promoting myself as a said celebrity.
Correct.
So now I'm trying to figure out if I could do that to engineering, I could create the same. With music, I could create the same.
For sure. Easily.
Yeah, like if I could, because the thing is, like, it's all about perception of how people see shit.
Yeah.
If I can make you perceive something, then I can control the narrative.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing in branding. Like I said before we started, or right at the beginning, control your brand, or else you're gonna allow somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Control your narrative, or else others gonna create a narrative for you. You know what I mean? So yeah, like that's all you gotta do. If I'm Kel, be like, guess what? I done recorded some of the hardest records and some of the hardest artists in the city, but guess what? I get down just like they ass too. I was mad at you because we did a record and I feel like you ain't promoted properly like you could have and should have. You know what I'm saying? Like at a moment when I'm doing over 100,000 streams a month, you kind of chilled on that record, and we got a record out, and it still performed decent.
And you know,
I got crazy? Billboards running for that record.
And you know what's
we
crazy?
ain't shoot a video for it.
We need to. And
you know
what's so crazy
and
about
I'm still
that record?
down for that, because that's one of my favorite features that I ever did.
And what's so crazy about that record? A lot of people didn't even know. A lot of people didn't even know I had that in me.
Yeah.
Because I make like chick records and fun records.
And fun records.
A lot of people ain't even know I had them type of bars. Yeah. It take the right shit to bring it out.
I was like, what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, we got to do that, because I sure thought you was finna send me, you know what I'm saying, like some fun shit.
I know it. That's what I said. I know.
I was like, yeah.
See, but that's the thing, though.
Like one of them ones.
But that's the thing with me, and me being an engineer, that makes my ear a little different. I pay attention to everybody.
Yeah, no.
So I know what to tap into and what to send, and I be knowing. So, just like I don't know. Did you hear my new record?
Which one?
On the Low?
No, not yet.
They just played it on Raw TV Radio on Sunday. That motherfucker going.
But you gotta be out. You gotta come outside. You don't be outside enough.
I don't.
Like you don't like if I'm Kel and you saying you keep. First of all, I don't like you using the word illusion. The illusion of me being that nigga. No, that's successful marketing. That's successful branding. If people, you know what I'm saying, feel that way about you, that means you strive to do something and it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I was you though, I would utilize Envion to the max. Like why haven't you, with all these records that you got, and you just said niggas ain't know I had this in me. I'm real versatile. I could do this. I could do this too. I've worked with all these different artists and all of that. Why you ain't use the studio that you work at, that you just said people it's synonymous with your name. Every time your name come up, Envion come up. If Envion come up, your name come up. then why you ain't use a facility yet to do like your own tiny desk? And record and perform that, like, cause it's nothing. All these cameras I'm looking at, these is big boy cameras in here. These is not no cheap ass cameras right here. You got one of the hardest working dudes, one of the richest dudes in the city, but we won't put his business out. We all saying, but you got one of them ones right there riding with you like that. Why you ain't capitalized off using your name and the leverage of your name and the position you've in to make them feel you like that as an artist yet? I would have been did a tiny desk up in this bitch and invited 30 people here to be a audience and recorded this shit with a band and dropped that shit on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And then also put the whole thing together on YouTube, and then out of that whole thing had another camera doing the shit the other way and got 60 reels out of that shit and posted a reel a day for 60 days leading up into the release of that shit on YouTube after them 60 days is up. I'm giving you some free game because I'm finna do this. It ain't gonna be that, but I'm just saying, like, why you ain't do that yet? Why you ain't say, hey, you know what? Your next 3 or 4 sessions on me, but I need a feature about you, Queen Key, or all these people that you know what I'm saying, record like that. Why you ain't got no features out of them and leverage? Yo, man, I'd be damn near giving them another hour just to play my records in the motherfucking session or after the session or something like that. Bargaining, you know what? You need sessions, right? Cool. Well, I need features, and I need to be taken serious as an artist, so I need this.
You said a very key point. I need to be taken seriously as an artist. That's one sentence that kind of lingers.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they love me, but they love me. They try to Kanye me.
Yeah.
Like sure. On some, like how back in the day, Kanye, nigga, just make the beats.
Right. Nigga. Yeah.
A lot of people try to do that with me.
Just mix my shit down.
Yeah,
fam.
Like a lot of people be trying to do that with me.
That's because it's your fault. Again, like I went to in the beginning, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault because them niggas feel like they I don't want to say like they could play with you like that, but they feel like they could play with you like that. Versus if your artistry was in their face like that and you was smacking their ass over the head and you was making your name like this, just like it is as an artist, as an engineer, they wouldn't even play with you like that. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't feel the place. So I'm saying to you, like, nigga, maximize off leveraging your shit. Like, sometimes you know what your problem is, man? Your ass, for one, is too damn cool, and for two, too damn humble. That shit don't get you nowhere. Nice guys finish last in all arenas of life. You keep on with that cool shit, and your cool ass gonna be right here in 8 years recording all bunch of platinum ass songs, wondering when my platinum song gonna come. Your cool ass let your platinum song go out the window because you too chill. I'm just a chill guy here.
Nah, but it's like. But that was me though. Like even Will will tell you, like I done literally had motherfuckers list off of
Will ain't stopped shaking his head since I started talking though.
Cause I'm saying, bro, like I done literally had it, bro. Like people will walk up to me, they'll list off all my accomplishments, they tell me how proud of them, and I just be like, I appreciate that. Like, you know,
I feel you. Yeah. That's why I'm giving him tough love on his show right now. Yeah, man, like, he got to play this shit back.
I be trying, yo. Like,
no, I feel you though. I fall victim to that too though, because one of my biggest problems is I don't stop to enjoy the journey enough because I ain't at the destination yet.
But I feel like with me, I try to enjoy too much.
Okay.
I feel like that's what we opposite. Like,
got you. Yeah.
The thing with me, sometimes I feel like I bask in shit too much. Like I be so focused on the accomplishment that's right there in front.
Yeah.
And I can live with that accomplishment for a minute. Yeah, like I can live with that for a minute.
Okay.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time the next accomplishment comes, now I can't even enjoy the next accomplishment because I'm thinking about how much time has passed between this one and that one. And you know what I'm saying? Like I be falling. It's like, but it's some mind shit though. Like I can easily
it's mind over matter because I'm the opposite. I'm supposed to be with my mind and my God-given talent and gift and my ambition and hustle, I'm supposed to be a multi-platinum. I am a multi-platinum, multi-millionaire nigga It's no debating. It's no question. The talent, my mindset, my heart, everything is there. And so because I'm not that, I don't give a fuck about 12 million streams. So what? It ain't 12 million records. I don't give a fuck about going on tour with Jadakiss. While I'm proud of these things, I don't give a fuck about that. It wasn't my headlining tour. It didn't open me up. I don't give a fuck about a 312 award. It wasn't a Grammy. I'm supposed to be Grammy nominated writer or artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be this. So I can't even enjoy the success at the levels that I've been able to have it at, because for me that shit is minuscule. That shit is like a toe on the body of work that I'm supposed to have. I can't enjoy that shit. This shit don't even excite me no more. Like I'm forward is that way, and I'm going that way. I don't even never chill and relax and be proud of this shit for real.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, do you think there are still some good opportunities out there to sign good deals in your experience, or are all of them trash at this point?
I think I won't say all of them are trash. I will say every single deal is a compromise. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. I won't say trash. There's some things that you're going to get that you need and want and love out of every single deal. And there's going to be some things you have to give up, that you're going to have to sacrifice, and that you probably going to hate in a record deal. You know what I'm saying? But the level of what those things is determined by how hot you are.
But at the same time, do you even really need a deal these days? And the reason why I ask that is because, like with the whole Rock Nation distribution
a loaded question,
thing,
but go ahead.
But just like with the whole Rock Nation distribution thing and how they went public.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like so the whole thing with the Rock Nation distribution, a lot of A&Rs and managers was using that as a selling point.
Yeah.
Like, I could get you this, I can get you. And then as soon as
I'm sorry, all y'all hoe ass niggas too, and all y'all weak ass artists in the city, stop fucking saying y'all signed the Rock Nation because y'all getting y'all shit distributed. You know, y'all doing distribution under the Rock Nation shit. Y'all not signed with Rock Nation. Rail Carter do not know y'all ass. Y'all trying to say y'all with Rock. Yeah, I'm with Rock Nation. No, yo, why the fuck you wasn't screaming you was with DistroKid Records? You wasn't screaming you was with CD Baby Records when you was with them. Just because your shit getting distributed by they fucking distribution platform do not mean you with them. Hoe ass niggas. Stop that goofy ass shit.
I said it nicer. He said it the way I really wanted to say it.
Let's get back.
Nah, he said it the way I really wanted to say it. But I was just being nice with the whole. But that's all the A&Rs and managers was using that as a selling point. And it's like once they went public, it's like, now what's your selling point? But another reason why I asked that is because I feel like even with the whole LiAngelo Ball shit, me personally, granted, Def Jam gave him that bread. I feel like he tweaked though.
Why?
Nigga, you know how much he could have ran up independently? We love that shit when he didn't have a deal.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
he could have definitely ran it up independently.
But that's what I'm saying. Like all of the records that he putting out that we fucking with.
Yeah.
All of those records was done before he even
before he even signed. For sure.
He could have just kept. He could have just kept.
Yeah. One person I like the way she leveraged her shit in the beginning of that was Young M.A. Young M.A. stayed independent. She did her shit right in the beginning. We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that because Ooh is an independent record. That is not a major label record. That's platinum, right?
That's more than platinum. I think it's 5. No, that's like 5 times.
Shout out to my homies too, because my homies did that record. And I got probably 7 or 8 songs with them. That's my dogs, New York Bangers. That old record. I really know.
That's what I'm saying. She got like independent. She's independent. She 5 times platinum.
For sure.
Independent. She ain't gotta come out with no more records, nigga.
Yeah, and she waited. she had follow-ups and all that. But to answer your question, I do think record deals are still necessary. I do think think about it. If you remove the music from it, the record industry is a hierarchy, just like a company. Everybody ain't Jeff Bezos out here. You need niggas to work at the Amazon factory. You need niggas to work in the marketing department at Amazon. Everybody not Jeff.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when it comes to the music industry, everybody
Yeah.
not built to be independent. Everybody ain't media trained like me that can go sit down and talk like this. Everybody don't got the hustle without the label and they fucking handlers to be at fucking on a flight at 3 a.m. and be at Breakfast Club at 5 a.m. and leave there and go to motherfucking Sway in the morning right after that at 8 and leave there and they got to sign in at DTLR at
You know,
12.
so-
and
and
niggas don't got the discipline to
and
do
that's
it
what's
or
crazy.
the know with all to set that shit up, or you know what I'm saying, they don't know how you can set up your own tour. Like you can get a deal with the touring agency and now you pick the
Yeah,
artist you want to go on.
definitely.
Niggas don't got the
You wanna know who
niggas
was-
ain't smart. These niggas, a lot of rap niggas is niggas that didn't switch bells when the class, you know
That's
what I'm
why-
saying, they ain't switch classes when the bell rang.
That's
These
why I
niggas
want to
ain't
give.
ready
I
for
want to
that.
give a shout out. I want to give it. Since you said that, I want to give a shout out to one artist in particular, Sasha Go Hard.
I love Sasha, man.
You know what's so crazy? A lot of people didn't get her flowers for this, but you see, she did her own European tour.
Overseas, I
Yeah, she
I
did
swear
her
to
own
God, I
fucking
just
European
talked
tour.
to I just
That's-
talked to her about this like
Yep, she did
at
her
the
own
Forever
European
Grateful
tour.
Awards. I just talked to her and I saluted
I was
her
so
for
proud
that.
when I seen them tour. When she dropped them tour
Man.
dates, I was so proud.
And then
I ain't
that
never
wasn't no
seen-
cap.
I never seen it done like that.
Yeah.
Like an independent artist from the city.
Yeah.
She put her own overseas tour
Mine
together.
to be next
That's
summer. I
crazy.
got mine coming next summer. But
Yeah.
Sasha definitely did that shit on her own. So all artists ain't built like that. All artists don't have the ability for them and they team. Imagine some of these niggas in they team trying to go in the ASCAP and set up a meeting and a play. Trying to walk into Spotify and sit down with Rap Caviar and put their playlist in it. No, we don't ever want to talk to you niggas. We need
Where
the
your
label to
management at?
do
Like-
this. Yeah,
like,
we need the
where your
label.
management at,
You know what I'm
gang?
saying?
Like-
So yes, the
Yeah.
label is necessary. Record deals are necessary, and majority of rappers need a label and need a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. And before my last rant, I promise. This is my last one. You fuck artists. Stop fucking running around screaming y'all independent when you don't got no paperwork on yourself, no business, no budget you spending on yourself.
Ain't even
You niggas
trademarked
is not
your name.
independent. You niggas is unsigned, and that's two different things. You're unsigned. Don't nobody want your ass. Ain't nobody looking for your ass. You not spending no money on yourself or your career. You just an unsigned artist doing this shit. You not independent. Stop saying that shit because y'all clouding the pool with everybody that's in this shit. There's certain niggas that's independent that spend thousands. I'm a nigga that spends 6 figures on myself yearly. Niggas don't even see 6 figures. I spend that on my brand. I'm independent. Y'all niggas unsigned, man. And shout out to all my
We ain't
independent
working,
artists,
what
though.
we doing?
Yeah, man. We working. We working. What you doing? That ain't no slogan for no reason. That's my Mamba mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's my life mantra. That's my marathon continues. You know what I'm saying? We working. What you doing? It's one of them.
For sure. Well, that has been the Young OG podcast. We had Sinatra on.
Man, I appreciate you
I really
having
hope
me.
y'all pick up them little jewels he was dropping, man. I hope y'all pick them
I
up,
appreciate
man.
you having me, man. I'm definitely gonna come back. We definitely gonna, drop that unsaid somewhere at the beginning or the end of this episode, so they can get that unsaid that Kel James
We
featuring
gonna work-
Sinatra, man.
I'm definitely going.
Make sure-
I'm going to work that record a
Work
little
that
more.
record,
Yeah,
in,
like-
you know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
all
definitely gonna
good.
work
Let's
that
shoot
record
that
a little
video
more.
still, though.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
we could do some satellite. I think that'd be great for satellite radio. You know what I'm saying? My
yeah.
dude in New York works satellite radio real good. We can make some calls and see what we can do
Like
for
Sirius XM
satellite.
type
yeah,
shit?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yup. Shade
Yeah.
45, Sirius XM, all of that. Go out there, interview and everything. So that's something maybe we could do
Hell yeah.
with that
Okay.
record. I think that'd be a good look.
Hell yeah. But, all right, this has been the Young OG podcast. I'm Kel James. Tell everybody where they can follow you.
Man, everything Sinatra's. Sinatris. Everything Sinatra's if you're looking for me on all platforms, man. Sinatra's, Sinatras.com. Also, I got my own merch. And if you're looking for, and business owners, if you're looking for marketing, branding, and all these different things, come and holler at me too, Creative Minds. I got a company. I specialize in doing that, and I got a lot of major clients that I work with doing that too. So, yeah, fuck with me. Creative Minds, Sinatra's. We working. What you doing?
All right, it's been one. Catch y'all on the next episode.